Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this module. Um, and okay, let's talk about westerns. What do we know about the western genre in general? Well, uh, the simple explanation for the genre: cowboys and Indians. I'm sure we all know what I'm talking about. The man in the black hat with his revolver on his hip and so forth. Um, just out of curiosity, how many people here actually read westerns? Okay. Huh. Looks like we got quite a couple. Okay, so how many people have how many of you guys have heard about or know about Zane, or an author by the name of Zane Grey? Okay, now we got fewer hands. Okay, well, Zane Grey was an author, was born in 1872. His full name was actually Pearl Zane Grey. Um, seriously, I can't imagine growing up, a young man, 12, 13 years old, and his mother calls him Pearl half the time. But he must have had a really difficult time. But he unfortunately passed away in October of 1939, leaving behind quite an extensive legacy. He was a dentist primarily, but he was a dentist and a writer. So when he wasn't helping people with their teeth, he was busy hammering out stories of of, of, of the Old West, so to speak. And he wasn't very well liked by some of the more high-profile critics. His stories were very popular, but they weren't very well received. A lot of people, while they enjoyed them, there were a lot of people out there who didn't like them. They thought they were way over the top and just over-exaggerated. Sorry guys, my throat is a little bit dry. But in spite of that, his books and his short stories have been adapted into 112 films. Can you believe it? 112 films, 2 television episodes, and a television series. And it wasn't just westerns that he was writing. He wrote about baseball. He was an avid fisherman, so he did a lot of fishing as well. But now I'm starting to lose track. Okay, so back to our objectives for this module. We will be covering a lot of the elements of storytelling. We did that in an earlier module as well. We did one on in our creative writing module. And I just want to sort of help out, sort of get you guys looking at it and saying, okay, well, that's how this element is being used. Okay, so that's what we're going to focus on doing. And we're going to use one of Zane Grey's books to do it. I myself have only read 3 or 4 of his books, but I think my favorite one is I actually started out with Riders of the Purple Sage, which is probably his most famous one. and it was difficult, but I got through it and I loved it, so I kept reading more and more of his books. And by far, I think my favorite one is The Border Legion, personally speaking. It's also the easiest one to work with at the moment because it was the easiest one for me to read. And I think you guys are going to get a real kick out of it. No pun intended. So yeah, let's have a bit of fun with this. We're going to be focusing mostly on analytical skills and elements of storytelling, as I've said. But I think we're going to do this. We're going to have a lot of fun. So with that said, let's get to the recording. I've got an audio recording which I will play a couple of times. The first time, I want you guys to just take general notes on what is happening. Just take general notes on what you hear. Where is the story set? Who are the characters? What are the names of some of the places? And so on. Character names, where they are, what they're doing there. And the second time, I want you to take more specific notes. Okay? So, what are they actually doing? Are they using specific words when they talk? Are they doing specific things? And how are their actions impacting the other characters or impacting the storyline, if at all? Okay, so for example, you have two characters, A and B, and A manages to get a hold of character B's gun and shoots him, but then feels bad and starts treating his wounds. And while she's treating his wounds, other characters ride up and they react. Okay? Make sense? Alright, let's have some fun.